Here we go. Woohoo! Hello, bright and shiny beacon of light. I'm Michael Sandler, your host on Inspire Nation. Off camera, I have the two loves of my life, including the ultimate eclipse girl, who I think has just been eating her green chewables, and she's saying hi to everybody here. For the eclipse, we actually brought you in with an eclipse. Do you remember that?
Mommy.
I know, Mommy's behind the camera. We brought you in with an eclipse, or actually with the actions we're going to teach everybody here tonight. We brought you in from an eclipse 7 years ago, and you're only almost 2 years old. I know. Isn't that cool? I know. You ate your green, was it spirulina? Or, yeah? What do you want to share with everybody? Yeah? That you chose this microphone color, didn't you? You like yellow? Yeah. Dark? Back? So everyone, we are going to have an amazing show tonight about the lunar eclipse. I think we're going to have her teach about the solar eclipse, about this time period in between the eclipses, aren't we, Honey Bear? Yeah? And you're going to go to sleep, aren't you? This is the snow globe that we're going to use to share with people tonight, how that they can look at different things, how they can release wounds. And there is a dolphin in there. And so that they can be ready for the solar eclipse that's coming up. Okay, technically it's not quite a dolphin, but we'll get there with her. And so we are going to do lots of clearing work here as well. Okay, so we're going to let you play with that. And we all start with Honey Bear here. Honey Bear, that is. All right. I got to say, first off, welcome to the portal. This morning we had a penumbral lunar eclipse. What does that mean? Well, there are 3 types of eclipses. There are total lunar eclipses. 3 types of lunar eclipses there is. There are total lunar eclipses, complete blackout of the moon. There is a partial lunar eclipse, where it looks like a bite was taken out of a moon, and a penumbral lunar eclipse, which was this morning's eclipse, or this evening, depending on where you were, which is kind of a dimming of the moon. They all have the same effect from an astronomical point of view, and they are all magical, they're powerful, and I've never had you in my arms this long during a show. I wish I had the camera angled down. She's playing with first the shark, and now she's playing with my prayer stone. And we're going to see what my attention can be like as we go through this. Are you feeling the energy right now? We have the energy of a full moon. We have the energy of the eclipse. We have the energy of this time period of Aries. We have the energy of Pluto. We have the energy of Uranus. We have the energy of Jupiter. We are going to talk about all of these this evening. And so we have, oh, you're eating my prayer stone. We have the energy of a prayer stone being eaten here this evening, which is about what it feels like. Why does it feel that way? Are you enjoying it? Does that taste good? Yeah? Does that really taste good? Yes. Should I put the mic down here so you can tell everybody what the stone tastes like? Yummy? Yeah? Really, really good? Everyone, if you're going, Michael, why aren't you talking about the eclipse? We're getting there. But she is the love of my life. She is why I do everything. I'm seeing my wife, my Pookie, my everything on the other side of the camera. Also the love of my life. I know, both of them are. So, do you remember 7 years ago when you were on the other side of the veil and we called you in during an eclipse? Do you remember that? Oh, you ready for Mommy? Yeah? What's that? Are you saying that you love Mommy?
Yes.
Yes, you're saying that you love Mommy. Well, that is the first time you've ever said I love Mommy on camera before thousands of people. That's really special. Thank you. So we'll keep on having you eat the stone. All right, let's see where I go with this. Where do we go with this while you're eating the stone? Okay, we've got different energies. Depending. Oh, we've got people like Mark Wenham here saying it was nice knowing Michael while it lasted. Nice to know you, because now they're like, it's the Hana Bear Show. Do you see Miraku up there? Is she up there, your sister? Do you want to wave to your sister?
Mommy.
Yeah, you've got mommy over there. We'll wave to your sister up there. Yeah? Yeah, I know. You are our eclipse baby. You, and she has a twin sister on the other side of the veil, and so she's often looking up and often talking with her. Isn't that right? Yeah. Yeah. Up. Exactly.
Yellow.
Yellow. Well, that's yellow here. And that's up.
Up.
Oh, you're looking at the camera and you're looking at how you point up. This is now the Hana Bear Show. Clearly, I have lost control of everything, as Mark Wenham says. Yeah, you're just gonna eat the stone because it's baked with Dad's goodness and Dad's energy. Is that right? Is there anything you want to share about the eclipses? Because we just went through a time period of clearing and releasing. We're going into a lunar eclipse. The energy is kind of funny, kind of tingly. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of special energy right now.
Purple.
Purple? Well, we've got this here as well. I will try to get into my notes. Does that sound good to you? Okay. Let's see what we can do. We're entering the lunar eclipse. We had the lunar eclipse this morning. We're entering a portal time period right now. What does this portal time period mean? Do you know what this portal time period means?
No capes.
No capes? Yeah.
No capes.
No capes. What? A nunu is a noodle, right?
No capes.
Is this a nunu time period?
Chua.
Chua?
Yeah.
Well, that was 3. 2, 3. Yeah. Maybe we need to get you your own show. Who's that? Who's that up there?
Yellow.
Yellow. Yeah, this is yellow. Were you seeing yellow up there as well?
1.
1. Who are you seeing up there?
2.
2? Oh, she sees spirits up there. And she points them out to us. And occasionally we see an orb going by and she's tracking it, which is really cool. All right. So I'm going to try to get into this for everybody here. And I have no idea how we're going to do. We've had a lunar eclipse this morning. What does this mean? Well, out of the 2 eclipses, the lunar eclipse is the gentler one, even though the energies, yes, feel over the top with a lunar eclipse. Why? Because of the full moon. You want headphones on now? You're going to talk to everybody with the headphones on. Is that how this is going to work? I don't know how to do this. You're just too much cute goodness. Too much cute goodness. More. Okay. We can do this. Yeah. Hana Bear. Yeah. Anything else you want to share? Because it is bedtime right now. But do you want to share anything else before we go? And then we're going to get into the eclipse with everybody? Yeah? Is that so? This eclipse show has gone completely awry. You ready to go down? You want to say goodnight to everybody?
Mommy.
You want to say goodnight? Good night. Can you say good night? Yeah? 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 Food. Oh, that's your shoe over there. That's right. Yeah? Yep. Open? Open what? You ready for bedtime? No bedtime? No bedtime. Well, that's going to make it interesting for doing the show. I think you get to go bedtime. Okay, here we go. Good night, everybody. Bye. Okay, here we go. Well, for all of you that are still with me, oh my gosh, we are in for a special show here tonight, although maybe you just had your special show. I am in the studio right now in the house that we're living in, just south of St. Augustine, Florida. And we had a few weeks ago the air conditioning go out in the house. And the reason I'm saying this has everything to do with the eclipse. The air conditioning actually had a triple failure. It had a leak, it had a hose break or come loose, and then it had a pan crack, causing the attic to flood, causing the walls to flood, causing major mitigation getting to be done in this house. It actually has the energy of this year's eclipses written all over it, and you may have experienced this as well. And I love to share by story, and I guess the house is providing us with lots and lots of interesting story right now. You see, I wrote down for our Dr. Michael Lennox show, I said rare double eclipse. And people wrote in and they said, rare double eclipse? There's a double eclipse every year. That's not rare. Yes, but it's not in Aries. Yes, but we don't have the Mercury retrograde. Yes, but we don't have Jupiter and Uranus coming into play. And we don't have Chiron coming into play. We don't have all these pieces coming into play at this particular time. What does this mean? Well, if I go back to the house is less than a couple years old, and it had and has a healing crisis. So right now I have floorboard that's pulled up coming right to the edge of the studio. Floorboard in the hall, gone. Walls in the next room, gone. Plastic up to keep everything in this side of the house rather than the other side of the house. The house is going through a healing crisis. But it's not just this house. It is all of our houses are going through a healing crisis. And now I'm speaking in symbolism and metaphor because that's the language of the universe. What do you mean that's the language of the universe? Well, if you've ever had a dream, and who hasn't, it's always signs, symbols, and metaphors. It is very rare that you have a dream where somebody says, thou shalt do this. Now, it does happen. In fact, Jessica had a dream last night where the word passive just kept coming up, and we will talk about that in a minute. Oh, I can't believe this. I rarely get thumbs down on the shows. I've gotten 3 thumbs down here tonight. I am so sorry, guys, but Hannah Bear is my everything. And if you're watching this and you were concerned or something, you can always fast forward. I guess you can't do that when it's live. Here's the dealio. Coming up to this lunar eclipse that took place today, or if you catch this tomorrow, that took place yesterday, things go into crisis. Things roll backwards. Things start to fall apart. Things feel icky. Things feel awful. Things feel weird. That is what leads you up to this penumbral lunar eclipse. Things feel weird and create a healing crisis to help you to reach to a higher level. It's not a time period where we're going, oh God, why did this happen? Why me? Poor me. Oh me. No, this is a time where we go, wow, water comes up from underneath the floor in order to be healed. All of it. So I found we're going to be taking a big RV tour coming up here shortly. And I found not what you like to find in your RV. And a very new RV. We found mouse poop in it today. Oh, goody. Why? Because I get to put in a system in place that I know about. It's flashing lights. It's nothing harmful to the mice to keep them out. But I didn't do it. So a healing crisis takes place so that things can be fixed. We're actually going to take the RV this weekend on a shakedown tour where the way RVs are built, and this is a very, very good RV, they're built kind of cheap and lots of things break early on when you do your shakedown drives. So you get your drives out of the way, you find out what's wrong, you fix them, and then you get on with your journey. That's this time period. And it's a very, very special and sacred one. It goes beyond that, though. And this is the point where I go, new computer, new setup. Didn't get the mouse set up for it yet. It goes beyond the early shakedown. Why and what do you mean? We entered starting this morning. We have entered a portal time period. What does that mean? To me, this is the old goody. This is the old goodness. You see, they do like to come in pairs. You get a lunar eclipse, then you get a solar eclipse. And what you have in the time period in between is silence, stillness, a time to step back, a time to breathe, and a time to communicate as loudly as you can with the other side. This is a very special, sacred time. Make no mistake about it. And even more so because of the unique energies that are involved. So you and I are in a sandwich right now. We are in an eclipse sandwich. What does that mean? Well, we entered it with a penumbral eclipse this morning. We're going to exit it on April 8th with our full solar eclipse. Hint, you don't have to be, or spoiler alert, you don't have to be in view of either eclipse for them to fully affect you. You don't have to be anywhere near the totality of the solar eclipse because you're on Earth and it's going to affect all of Earth in order for her energy to have the same effect on you. So, and in between that, these eclipses, I'm laughing because my editor has written in the document, there are sound effects that have been added here. I don't know if they're going to work because so we're using a new system here because I don't have headphones on right now. But these eclipses are very important for a reason. Forgive me, I'm going to try the drum roll. They are important. Oh my God, I feel like that was the Gong Show out of the 70s. They're important because of several astrological events. First off, the number one is we have Mercury going into retrograde. And we're going to talk about that in just a few minutes. And we have this taking place in Aries, the first sign of the zodiac. Then we have squaring of Chiron. We have Jupiter. Here we have Uranus. If you want more details on all this stuff, you want to go back and watch the Dr. Michael Lennox show, because at no point in no way do I claim to be an astrological. Oh, this is funny. My computer has just said vertical safe zone. This has everything to do with the eclipse. Vertical safe zone adds shade areas to indicate zones that will no longer be visible if the video were cropped in a vertical. What in the world does that have to do with my event? Have you noticed electronics going wild? Electronics going weird. The energy of eclipses, and particularly this eclipse as we enter the portal, is weird, to say the least. You can feel it. Feel it. Right now, on one level, it's kind of soft. It's kind of quiet. But it's also buzzy. It's tingly. It's hair on the top of your head. It's loud. It's both quiet and loud simultaneously. And things feel cattywampus at best. So I had, he may still be here, my producer on the phone earlier tonight. And I'm going, I feel like I've forgotten something. I don't know what it is. I've checked my lights, I've checked my this, I've checked my that, but something feels off. You may feel this way too. What happens is you go through the lunar eclipse and you're quite literally in another world. You're in another space and time for the next few weeks, and there's no getting around it. You will feel weird. You will feel off. And we're going to get into a Mercury retrograde here in a few days, and things are going to feel offer than off by design. So as you enter through this eclipse that took place this morning, things feel weird, things feel off. They're going to feel off for the next 2.5 weeks. Then things will come back online, but never the way they were before. Why? What do I mean by that? Well, I'm a sci-fi geek, although it's rare, but I try to find sci-fi movies that are not violent. Now, I must say, I cannot say this movie was not violent, but I finally got to see this week Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Brilliant. Didn't even fully grasp what I was watching until the second time around, but brilliant, 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 brilliant. And in a sense, it has everything to do with what's going on right now. As a sci-fi geek, what do I know? An eclipse is a portal, okay, or going through is into a time period of a portal. Portal is open right now. It is also a stargate, a way that we can glimpse another dimension, another universe. And it is a time period where we can literally jump realities, jump timelines, or jump to a new parallel universe version of yourself. This time period here, right now, you can literally be on reality A. Oh, I'm just going along. Life is here. Life is there. And then you can say, universe, here's what I really want. And you can hop timelines to a new reality. Why did I have Hannah Bear in my arms at the start of this show? Well, because she's cute and cuddly and fun, of course. And because she wanted to be, of course. And because 7 years ago, at a very similar, different, but very similar eclipse, 7 years ago, my wife and I paddled out on a kayak onto the largest lake in South Carolina, first paddled into a lagoon, brought a moonstone with us, performed ceremony, had written things out, had ceremony, had prayer, and called in our baby girl. Now, I won't go through the whole saga, the 3 miscarriages, the loss of her twin sister, blah, 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 blah. That's all story. But she's here now. And she's here now because we set that intention before the solar eclipse. And we did it with a moonstone in our hands, which meant we recognized we came through the lunar eclipse and we're going to the solar eclipse, and we jumped realities. You can do this. This is no exaggeration, and this is no joke. You can do this during this time period. You can jump realities. From the banal, from the boring, from the miserable, from the whatever, to the on fire, on top of the world of what you want, or something even better, by selecting a new future over the next couple of weeks. Quite literally, let me repeat that. You can jump timelines by selecting a new future over the next couple of weeks. Is it that powerful? Yes. Now, if you go into sci-fi, if you go into even spiritual literature, you may have heard of the butterfly effect, which is the idea, and it's real, that if a butterfly flaps its wings in Tokyo, it will have a string of effects that take place that could result in a large wave or tsunami coming to New York or coming to the East Coast. In other words, even a small ripple in the fabric of space-time or the space-time continuum makes a massive difference. Without exception, even the smallest, most fractional change makes a massive difference in the world and in your reality. And you have an infinitude of possible realities. You have an infinitude, and thank you to over 1,000 people who are here right now. How does it get any better than this? You have an infinitude of possible realities. And you choose the reality that you wish to be in based on your intention. But not just your intention throughout the entire year, but your intention now. Your intention now matters, and matters exquisitely. I get really excited about this. I get really passionate about this. Why? I'm all about change. I'm all about helping you shine brighter. I'm not the rah-rah guy, helping you heal your wounds, helping you lean into things, helping you to look at things or snow globe your life and say, what can we improve? What can we make better? Well, we have an exceptionally important time period right now to do so. And okay, I'm going to give a shameless plug. Wednesday, we have a School of Mystics. We'll get a coupon code down here for you where we are going to clear, oh my gosh, negative entities. Oh yeah. Negative energy. Oh yeah. And even narcissists in your life that are draining your energy from you. Why? Because as we go from the penumbral lunar eclipse toward that solar eclipse, we want to let go of whatever does not serve us. And so my angels and guides have been telling me for weeks, at the time of the lunar eclipse, you get to clear the most challenging, sticky energy from people that you have ever cleared. And you get to do it en masse, meaning in a group setting. And so that's what we're going to be doing on Wednesday. That's what this time period is about. It is a time period of setting exquisite intention. It is a time period of dreaming for your future. And we've got Jupiter and Uranus involved. What does that mean? Bigness. Big. This is not the time to dream small. This is not the time to say, well, what I think I'd like to have is... No, man. This is the time to think really, really big. Really big. But to dream really big, we get to dump the truck, to have that, giant dump truck. It's going up, 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 and everything that doesn't serve us gets to slide out the back to make room for the bigness of our dreams. So this time period right here, right now, we get light, we heal, we look at the darkness, we lean into the wounds, and we release, and release, and we intend. Don't worry, I'm going to give you what I call playtime exercises, easy ones to get you through all of these pieces. And then, yes, come join me for the clearing. But I'm going to give you real easy playtime exercises to go through these pieces. I'm giving you all at once right now, but don't worry, breathe deep. You're going to be good. You're going to be great. You're going to be good. You're going to be great. This time period, if you feel it right now, if you feel into it, if you feel the buzziness of the energy. I hear Hannah Bear singing, screaming, and I'm not sure what. Not negative screaming, just in the other room. This time period is a magnifying glass. Actually, it's beyond that. This time period is an amplifier. Now, it can be an amplifier of goodness if we intend it to be. It's never really an amplifier of badness, and I don't even know what we call badness, separation. It can be an amplifier of chaos. Hello. If we let our energies run amok. What does it mean, energies run amok? It means we get to pay attention to our energy right now. We get to pay attention to what we intend. This is not a time period where we go, oh, the universe will just take care of itself. I'm just going to let go. No. So right now we've got the walls down, the floor out, the who knows what in the house. And we're going, okay, where do we want to be for the summer? Where do we want to be for the fall? Now that we've got Hannah Bear on the other side of all of these health challenges, which is really just one health challenge. She was pumping for 2, and now she gets to pump for 1. Where do we want to be? What does that look like? And instead of going, I surrender, we go, I allow, universe. I allow for whatever you want to bring for my highest good and the highest good of all, or something other. And here's what I'm thinking I want during this time, or I want to come out of this. Because the I want sounds so selfish. I want. Please want. We're taught to be depressed right now. We're taught to be anxious. We're taught to be overwhelmed. We're taught to be this. We're taught to be that. We're taught to be sad. We're taught to be depressed. We're taught all of these things. We're taught not to have our I wants. Please have your I wants, because your I wants are connected to the universe. Your I wants are connected to spirit. Your I wants are connected to you vibrating at the highest level. And what happens when you vibrate at the highest level? Everyone comes up as well. The I want is the we want. What do I mean the I want is the me want? The we want is for all of us to sing at a higher octave, to sing at a higher note. And that starts with the individual self. And the individual self feels better when she or he is connected to spirit, when she, he, they is connected to what makes your heart sing. So we get to clear away the gunk at this time period. We get to look and be very intentional about where we want our heart to sing. And then we get to go after that, first off, with intention during this time period because of the amplification effect. Now, all right, let's get real. We have this tiny little thing coming up starting next week called, duck and cover, Mercury retrograde. Dun, dun, dun. And I'm sure there is a tool over here in the sound effects that I could play for the Mercury in retrograde. What does that mean? Okay. I'm not a fear and gloom and doom kind of guy. If you come to watch any of my shows, you know I am I don't know if realist is the right term, meaning I know shit's going down. I know things are going to hurt. I know if I fall off my bike and hit the deck, it's not a happy day. I know if somebody falls off a roof, that's not a happy day. And at the same time, I know that there's a reason behind so many of the things that happen. A Mercury retrograde is a time period where the world slows down, the world bogs down, equipment goes nuts, relationships in particular go nuts, and it feels like the whole world has rolled backwards or the carpet has been ripped out from underneath us. And guess what? They have. But not to be feared, not to be dreaded, not to go, oh crap. So yeah, try not to sign a contract during this time period. Why? Because things are rolling backwards. But it's sort of like going into a dream or going into sleep. So I've got a watch on me, your Garmin fitness tracking, blah, 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 that follows my sleep at night. And it's not saying I'm doing so hot, but it follows my sleep at night. And it will tell me based on my sleep how much training I can do the next day. If I don't get much sleep or much quality of sleep, it tells me I can't train. That's a big deal because I've got a national championships I'm hoping to win in about 6 weeks time period. And I've got a North America championships, which I'd like to win or at least podium only 3 weeks after that. So I need sleep and lots of it. Why do I need sleep? Because sleep helps me roll back the clock in my mind, helps me trim the tree of what's not needed in my mind, helps me to detox my body and my system, and prepares me for the next day. And that's exactly what a Mercury retrograde is doing. It's not to be feared. It's not to be dreaded. It is a healing. It is a spiritual detox, and it is here to serve you. And like a spiritual detox, and you can think of that almost like a detox you do on the bull, forgive me. It is a purging. It is a letting go. It is a detoxification of that which doesn't serve you. And in a time period of amplification known as this eclipse portal, it's going to hit you really powerfully so that you can let go, so that the badness, that which doesn't serve you, isn't carried forward into the light. Who wants to carry crap with you, or with us, into the light and have that crap amplified? So it's going to get flushed out of you. We don't worry about this. We can actually lean into it at this time period. I'll talk about that more in a minute. But we can understand that this is actually here to serve us. So this is a time period, and it's going to get even more so, where there's high energy, there's buzziness. It almost feels like a full moon on a daily basis. And as I'm speaking to you, it basically is still a full moon, and it feels that way on a daily basis. But also it's a time period of things breaking down, of things not working out, of feeling off balance, or feeling what I call a spiritual flu. Spoiler alert. Chances are you're going to feel a spiritual flu in the next, I'd say, week to 10 days. You're going to feel a spiritual flu. Exhausted, overwhelmed, poo-pooey, not wanting to get out of bed. Something doesn't quite feel right. Or you might literally have symptoms. And oh my God, we've got such amazing donations. So I have set up right here, and it's been my main charity that I've been focused on this year, which is Save the Children. And Save the Children is doing amazing work around the world, and particular Israel and Gaza Strip with kids. Kids know no borders. Kids aren't saying, well, I wanted you hurt this person, or I wanted this person. Kids are kids. They've got the window to heaven or the window to God through their eyes. We got to do everything we can to help the kids. So thank you, Eternal Soul. Thank you, Anonymous. And thank you, Anonymous, for your kind donations. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We don't want to carry into this time period, into this amplifier, anything that doesn't serve us, because it's going to be amplified. I've said it many times before. I'm writing about it in my new book right now. The universe wants the best for you. Your higher self wants the best for you. And she will give you things the easy way Or the macho way. You don't want things the macho way. You want them the easy way, kind, gentle, easy, good. You don't want the universe to come down on you with a 2x4. If we don't drop things right now, particularly as we're coming into the Mercury retrograde, which helps you to drop things. You see, right now, as we've entered this penumbral eclipse, we are in a time of release, and that release gets amplified as we go into Mercury retrograde. This is a time period. Let's back up for a minute. Full moons. By definition, I used to do lots of sunrise and sunset photography. In fact, I used to have some beautiful images of a total eclipse taken just outside Boulder, Colorado. I had the total eclipse. The moon looked like it was crashing down onto the National Center for Atmospheric Research in Boulder. And I know that picture got displayed several places across the town. The energy of the total eclipse or of the lunar eclipse, penumbral, total, or partial. But the energy of this time period is the energy of a full moon, which is the energy of releasing things from your unconscious. So we get to look at what's happened in the past. We get to look at what patterns are repeating yourselves. What are the things that don't serve me anymore, that I just can't seem to let go of, that I just keep playing with? What are these things so that I get to release them? So it really helps to write a letter to yourself. See, I love writing things, and it's not just because I teach automatic writing. That's more of a channel process. But I love writing things down because it gives you physical hard evidence. It's physical. You're taking the energy, I feel this way, I think this way, and you're putting ink to paper and making something physical. How is that physical? Well, it's going to stay on paper for maybe hundreds, or maybe even more, thousands of years. And paper, I don't know how long it's going to last, but you get what I'm saying. We take the unconscious and we put it down on paper. This is what's not serving me anymore. Okay, between me and you, we get to settle down or double settle down. We love traveling. We're going to do even more of it this year. But we need an official home base. It doesn't serve us anymore. We got to do it or had to do it during this time period with Hannah Bear. We were working on her health, where we got to be super mobile and nimble. And we still love to travel, and we're going to be mobile and nimble. We want to start holding retreats everywhere. Super excited about this. And we get to release the idea that we don't want to settle down. Such a strange term. That means to settle. We get to release the idea of being quite as mobile and nimble so that we can get even more grounded into our work. So at the same time, I'll be taking you on our RV tour this summer, meaning we'll be doing the YouTube lives like this. We'll be doing interviews on the road. It'll be really cool. At the same time, I'm releasing the idea that it needs to be that way. I'm saying things get to change. Here's what's not working for us, or here's what can work even better. We get to do that in all areas of our lives, but let's go back to this time period. This time period is specifically, and this eclipse specifically, has two pieces to it, three if we want to. First is the element of healing. The mark of this time period and this portal is all about healing. Secondly, we're going into Aries. We'll talk more about that in just a minute. And Aries is fire. Aries is newness. Aries is, she's Pele. That's what Aries is. It is this energy of burning down the old to create the new. There is a newness right now. So we've got healing. We've got newness. And there was a third piece that I wanted to add to this. We have healing. We have newness. And we have breaking down of old systems. They're falling apart before our eyes. They can't keep up with technology. They can't keep up with AI. Heck, all governmental systems that are in place today came about before the internet, before AI, before any of this stuff. And they can't keep up. They can't keep up with a new human. New technologies and new ways of helping us not govern. What an old, weird, archaic word. New ways of helping us bring peace to the world get to come into place. How does it get any better than this? So we get to look at specifically what's burdening us, what's holding us back, what's keeping us from being at our healthiest or healthfulness, body, mind, spirit, soul, all of it during this time period. So I want you to start writing about it. And the truth is, you know the things that you're still holding on to that you get to let go of. You know the old habits, patterns, addictions even. And an addiction doesn't mean just an addiction to drugs or to something on the internet or to who knows what. Addiction can be habits on the inside. You know what they are, and you know what gets to be released. So we get to release the things that are keeping us from healing, the things that are inhibiting us from reaching our dreams, the things that are inhibiting us from being the me, this brings it back to me, that we are capable of being. Now, I don't fully understand all of the structures when it comes to astrology, but I know that we're in this time period right now of the shadow of Libra. What does that mean? It means releasing shadows around relationships, around personal dynamics. Shadow work always means releasing that which doesn't serve us at the highest level, which means we get to look at our lives. We get to look at our patterns. We get to look at everything and say, hey, what's not working? What's spinning me around? What's not working for me anymore? And I guarantee you, feel the energy of the full moon right now. Feel the energy of the coming Mercury retrograde. If you don't know what doesn't serve you, it's gonna come up. So, Michael, why are you saying that the house had problems? Because it's time for us to have our own house, to get our own house in order. We've had our own house before, but we went on the road. It's time for us to have our house. So, during this time period, when things come up, when things blow up, you don't worry about it. Yes, we may have to do some chopping wood and carrying water to get things back in order, but we recognize it's part of our journey. And the element that's hardest for me to talk about is Chiron, because Chiron is a non-planet that is a planet entity, which is about outside of my realm of understanding of astrology. But right now we have the sun, moon, and Chiron. Chiron is all about healing, coming together at this time together, all of those energies coming together. We get that at the same time, so that's a healing energy, at the same time that we're entering Aries. Actually, we've been in Aries. This is a period of eclipses in Aries. What does that mean? Newness, newness, newness. We have the coming together of Chiron, known as the Great Healer, coming together with a new moon in 2 weeks, which is a new moon is a time period of bathing in the newness, of planting seeds. This all comes together in a sign of Aries. We're now talking about the solar eclipse. And the solar eclipse is always, what do you wish to plant? What do you wish to grow? What do you want to happen? And this time period, adding on top of it, Mercury retrograde is transforming a perception of pain, of healing wounds, of all the things that doesn't serve us, throwing them out of the closet into the light and transforming them before our eyes. The only way your wounds can be healed is by taking them out into the light. And that, again, is the first theme of this, is healing. So I will really challenge you, and then we're going to move on here. I really challenge you to say, what's not working? What's broken? What's sick in my life? Dysfunctional. Yes, I grew up with a family that put the fun back in dysfunctional. And I love you, Mom and Dad, if you're watching this. What's dysfunctional in my life? I need to bring that into the light in order to be healed. What's it mean to bring it into the light? Write it out there. Lean into it. Learn about it. Look at it. Study it. This is not a time period to go, I don't want to hear about it. No, poo-poo. Even though I can hear myself and I can hear Aya Bear getting on the phone with me and I'm going, don't scare me, Aya Bear. But then I lean into whatever is there. I'm the first to admit, okay, I'm really brave. I do crazy, crazy, amazing things in life. And I am a huge scaredy cat. It comes from, I believe, it comes from both my mom and dad. But I put it out there into the light, and then I set my intention and I step forward anyway. That's this time period. Now, I want you to do multiple rituals during this time period. Why rituals? They set intention, they're powerful energy, they make a statement to the universe, and they help us to clear. I want you to have a clearing ritual where you let go of that which doesn't serve you. Write it down on a piece of paper. Then grab, I don't want to say chicken bones because I love chickens. Oh, Rue, I love you. Wave some feathers over your head. Do something intentional. Have those pages before you. Do something intentional. Have some music. Have some incense. Burn them. Burn them or shred them and be done with it and make it ritual. Call in your angels. Call in your guides. Call in whomever. Giant Smurf on the other side. I don't care. Giant vegan cheeseburger. Call it in, but then shred it and be done with it. But make it ritual to let these things go. And then, since we've got Jupiter and Uranus at this time period, I need you to think big. How big can you think? We're going to double right back to this because the last piece, we've got healing, we've got thinking big, and we've got breaking down of old systems. On an individual level, this means relationships are going to be challenged during this time. Don't see them as broken. Think of them as getting to be healed. It could be let go of. But think of, most importantly, them getting to be healed at a higher level. They may need to be completely fall apart to rebuild them differently. Don't worry about this. Eclipses are all about second chances. This is so important to realize. Everything is being shaken up right now. This is the time period of Pluto. This is the time period where governmental systems are falling apart. International borders are falling apart. Parties, red versus blue versus polka dot and green, are falling apart. Also, that we can rebuild things at a much higher level. And to do so, we're being encouraged to let go. Now, I mentioned earlier, my wife Jessica, she had an interesting dream last night because I was saying we don't usually hear words, one specific word in a dream. Well, she did. She got the word about passivity, or specifically passive. And it's actually such an important word right now. Why? Well, if you get my daily Woohoo newsletter, you'll know that I talk a lot about letting go. I talk a lot about surrendering to the universe. I talk a lot about getting into the flow. No word do I say, give up. Nowhere do I say, go take a nap on the couch. Maybe once a couple weeks ago I did, but not as a regular basis. I never say be passive. And this is not the time period to be passive. This is the time period. So what does that mean? To be passive would be to sit back, kick back, and just ride this wave of energy. That's not what this time period is about. This time period is an active-oriented. Notice I didn't say action-oriented. An active-oriented one. We get to be very mindful. We get to be very present. We get to be very active. So, first off, we've got Mercury in retrograde. We get to be very active and mindful of the past. What can I learn from what's coming back up? That's again why we get out our journals and get busy writing down what's not service and shredding or burning it. That is an activity. We get to choose what we wish to let go of. We get to let go of it. And again, I'm going to do another shameless plug. If you have narcissists in your life, or you feel that you're bogged down and you're energetically overwhelmed, and you feel the stickiness, this heaviness of energy that's not yours, that's called either negative energy or negative entities. Get that clear during that time period so it's not amplified. That is an action. And yes, we'll do that Wednesday in our School of Mystics. Do come join us. I'll let other people tell you about it there. But that's taking an action. Perhaps the biggest action is to clear and heal of that. But we get to take actions during this 2-week time period. So Things are breaking down. Things are hiccuping. Things are going worse. It's not a time necessarily to sign a contract. That's never really ideally what Mercury is about. There's a time and a place for everything. But we've got Mercury in retrograde. We've got Pluto at the same time period. We've got Aries at the same time period. It's what do we let go of actively? What gets to be healed actively? What do we get to let go of actively? So that we can create Aries anew. We write it down. We look for signs before the retrograde chases us down, before the boo-boos and the oopsies, and then we clear it at the highest level. That's an action. And we make a declaration or multiple declarations. Talk about a powerful action. It is a declaration, in theory, declaration of independence that created this country. For better and for worse, for all of its challenges and all of its greatness. It started with a declaration. What do you declare? What do you stand for, and what do you stand to let go of? What do you stand for, and what do you stand to let go of? I declare that I am letting go of other people's houses and letting go of the mold that chased us down. Or I declare that I'm letting go of this job that doesn't serve me anymore, or the way that I'm going about this job. Or I declare that I'm letting go of this abusive relationship I've tried to leave for years. Or I declare to let go of this toxicity that's following me from my family. Or. Declare what's not working for you anymore. Be strong about this. Do not be passive. Do not go quietly into this good night. Do not be passive. I feel like saying, take action like a mother dancer. You get what I'm saying? Do not go quietly into this time period. Declare it with everything you've got. You get to declare it. Write down what doesn't serve you, shred it, and make a massive declaration, which gives the universe permission to then align you and get you into the light. You see, there's this law of reciprocity. What's the law of reciprocity? Everything balances out in terms of energy. So if you keep giving and giving and giving and giving and don't ask to receive back and think, oh, I'm just a giver, that's fine, things go to crap. Why? You violated the law of reciprocity, which is I give, I allow to receive. I get, I give. You give to the universe by showing, here's my declaration, here's what I'm letting go of, here's what I want. And the universe goes, aye. Your wish or something even better is yours. Your wish is my command. Because of the law of reciprocity, it will balance itself out. It's why you don't want to be used. It's why you want to negotiate well, and you want to set yourself up for success. And it's why, if you want something for the universe, you give something. What do you give? A declaration, and give what doesn't serve you. In other words, you are giving energy. It's not martyring yourself. You don't have to say, well, I'm going to give my left arm or give my left. Oh, geez. You get it. It is not about martyring yourself. It is about taking steps forward. And then the universe takes step forward as well to balance with you. So it's interesting with Hannah Bear. There are times where she's not wanting to eat her healthy food. We're working on it. But if I eat a piece of healthy food, she'll eat a piece of healthy food. If I eat a piece of healthy food, she'll eat a piece of healthy. And we get in this giant, amazing game of reciprocity where we meet in the middle. So we make these declarations and then we get ourselves back into vitamin D. What's D? Well, sunshine. But vitamin D is dreamer mode. I need to get you into vitamin D. I need to get you into dreamer mode. It's the mode where you're the captain in ship. You're the captain of your ship through your dreams. Now, in this case, it's not the dreams that are on the other side of the veil or the dreams that are in the sleeping world, though that's incredibly important. But you get to captain your dreams in this waking world. How does it get any better than this? This is the energy of Uranus, and this is the energy of Jupiter. It is huge. I do not want you to play it small. I do not want you to play it passive at this time. I can hear the expression in my head, go big or go home. No, just go big and go even better. In essence, we get you thinking about the future from a state of passivity to proactivity, and we get to ask the big picture questions. Now, this is a question I was challenged with this past week, and this is a question that I am going to challenge you as well. Here's an awesome playtime exercise that I've been playing with. I want you to go into the future. Go to a year from now. Why? Well, we're talking about jumping timelines. If you remember back at the beginning, we're talking about leaping timelines, getting to a new version of yourself, getting to a parallel universe, parallel reality that you like even better than this one. How does it get any better than this? I want you, in your mind's eye, to put yourself a year from now. And then I want you to crack out that journal again. Yes, we're doing lots of playtime writing. And I say playtime because I don't give homework. Who needs more work? But play. Now we're talking. Now we're getting to the good stuff. I want you to play. Write down, dear self of March 25th, 2024, March 26th or 27th, or whenever you watch this. Oh my God, am I rocking things? Oh my God, am I living the most amazing life? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I didn't even think this was possible. I'm in my dream home. I have so much money in the bank, but I'm using it to help this organization, to do this good, to create this in the community, to help those in the community. I have such incredible health. My family is over the top amazing. I can't believe what they're paying me to do right now. I just got back from the most amazing trip from Bermuda, Aruba, Bahamas. It sounds like a Beach Boy song. Wherever. I just took a retreat to the Incan Trail and we hiked up to Machu Picchu and we meditated in such sacred sites. And I've got a journey coming up where we're going to meditate inside of like a tomb or pyramid in Egypt. And how does it get any, you get what I'm saying? How does it get any better than this? You write yourself a letter from the future you, from the most amazing, crazy, incredible reality. This is your holy crap, I can't believe I'm here moment. Your holy crap, I can't believe I'm here letter. The letter to you from your future self that goes, holy crap, I can't believe Mark Wenham and everybody else, we just went on this crazy, amazing journey together. How does it get any better than this? Where I can see that Aya Bear and Ann Bear and everyone on our team is going, he finally got a retreat together. He finally got a retreat together. And it was incredible. And as Aya Bear can attest, she actually brought us over to give talks in Philippines and Southeast Asia well over a decade ago. So it can happen. And I'm lighting up because in my letter, I may include things like that. In your letter, I want you to think really, 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 really big. Why? Well, it's not just that we have the power of Uranus and Jupiter right now. It's not just the power that we've been getting light and that we've been doing the inner healing work and we're doing subconscious work. And it's not just the power of the amplification of this portal that you've entered right now, which is huge. I know, Amy, I can't wait either. It is because this time period is when the veil is thinnest. What does that mean? Your higher self is coming to you in your dreams. Your higher self is coming to you in energetically every way, shape, or form. You're getting inklings. You're getting crazy desires. Desires, if you're honest about it, you're like, well, that's kind of wild. But you're also, it's a two-way road. You're also able to speak the most clearly, easily, succinctly, almost we could say, to the other side and be heard. Your words are heard the loudest during an eclipse. Your dreams are heard the loudest during an eclipse. Your hopes, your wants, your desires are heard the loudest during an eclipse. And it is the easiest to jump from one timeline. You see, your words are always heard and listened to. They're always acted upon. It may not be the action we desire because, well, we conflict ourselves. We double back on ourselves. We cancel ourselves out. But your words are always heard. So if you're powerful about your words, I keep on wanting to say lately, if you're El Macho, and I haven't seen, Mr. Despicable 2, I think it is, with El Macho in a long time. But the more you're El Macho, the more you're put it out there during this time, the more they're heard and the easier it is to jump you onto a new reality or jump you onto a new timeline. So we don't have to have exact answers. We don't have to know exactly where we want to go. I know it'd be cool if we did, but guess what? Universe is going to give us something different anyway. If we allow it, it's going to give us something even better. But we can write a letter about an incredible day, and we can know what an incredible day would feel like. So maybe you're depressed right now. Maybe you're sad, you're anxious, you're worried, you're exhausted. And you're going, Michael, an incredible day to me would be one, I just don't feel this way anymore. Dear self, I had the most incredible day where I felt light, where I felt better, where I could finally see the joy around me, where I could finally breathe deep, where things are starting to light me up finally once and for all. It happened. I felt so much better. Note, we didn't talk about specifics of it had to include, I don't know, $1 million. It had to include this. It included that feeling state. Or maybe you'd love a special home on a beach, or you'd love an amazing partner. Write about them, but you don't have to have the specifics. It doesn't have to be, well, I'd like to be between Tallahassee and here, and I'd like it to be this level of house, and I'd like it to be that. Or it's going to be in the mountains, and it has to be in this town, and this way, and this and the other thing. Or I want the most amazing partner, and she or he or they has to be this way, that way. No, it doesn't have to be. Just write the letter about, I found the most amazing partner. I found the most amazing home. The most amazing home chased me down. And you don't have to be realistic. This is not the time period for realism. This is the time period for something even grander than you can imagine. So this is the time period where you could write, the most amazing McMansion chased me down, but it wasn't even the most amazing McMansion, but it was eco-friendly. It was off the grid. It actually pumped energy back into the system. It was built to withstand a Cat 5 or Cat 6 storms. She was so incredible that it blew me away. It was so beyond anything I could have possibly thought of. Or he, or they. You get to dream really, really crazy big. I'm talking really big. And then once again, get it down on paper. Make it real. Somebody always asks, so I'm going to say yes. Write it down or draw it or collage it or do cutouts from magazine and glue it or get, what is it? I don't know if it's Snapfish or free prints or something. Get a photo book made of what you would dream for your future. I have a kitty crying outside of the door, and he's crying for all things good in his future. I know he's well fed. It's Lumiere, which means the light, and I will get to him in a little bit. But I get to have you dream, and dream really crazy big. So I go back 7 years. Jessica and I have these kayaks. We pulled up to the largest lake in South Carolina. We get the kayaks out. It's drizzling a little bit. It's cloudy. And we go paddle out into a little lagoon. And there we read our prayers. And we make our declaration for bringing a Hana bear into this world. We didn't know how it would happen. We didn't know what it would look like. And between you and me, it was a crazy journey to get here. We never could have imagined just how amazing she was, just how incredible she is. Couldn't have imagined anything even close. But we did just that. We put it out there as if she was here, as if we were writing that letter saying, oh my God, we have the most amazing child. We have the most amazing daughter. And we let the universe take care of the rest. But what happened is we put it out there before the solar eclipse and we jumped timelines. We jumped timelines from where that wasn't going to happen and that wasn't possible to where it was, I'm going to say, inevitable, or something even better was going to come out of it. And that's what I want for you. That's bringing it full cycle to starting the show with Hannah Bear, to bringing it to a Q&A, a brief Q&A in a few minutes as well. We didn't know it was possible, but we declared it and we put it out there. And so I want you, at a minimum, first, we're going to do the healing work. We're going to clear, whether we're clearing by simply writing things down, whether you're clearing on Wednesday by coming to the School of Mystics. You're going to do some clearing. You can do this. You can be active. You can do this. You can do this. You can do this. And then you declare what you're letting go of. And then you write this most amazing letter to yourself. Take about 30 minutes. You could take 30 minutes once a day. That's what I was challenged to do. But take at least 30 minutes to do this. And then declare the one most important thing that you want out of this. So you wrote down a whole bunch, but I want you to declare one thing. What's one thing? What's one event? What's one amazing thing you want in your life, or one thing you don't want in your life? Although I want you to phrase it as a positive. So if you don't have much peace, I want you to phrase it as, I feel such incredible peace now. I feel such an ability to breathe now. I want you to get it down. And then I want you to paddle out onto your own lake. Metaphorically, symbolically, again, bring it full story. The universe speaks in symbols, in signs, in metaphors, in story. Not so much in words, typically. I want you to make ceremony. Have some sage, have some Palo Santo, have some incense, have some music, have a bell. Heck, we just fell in love with, we hadn't even seen one before yesterday. Now they're popping up all around us. The hand pan. Oh my God, what amazing music. Make some music, burn some incense, say some prayers. Bow down, rise up, whatever it is for you, but make this ceremony of the one most important thing you want. That's what Jessica and I did. We brought a crystal. We brought incense. Or actually, no, I think it was Palo Santo, and I think it may have been sage. No, it might have had some incense, but we made it ceremony. That takes the portal energy here and goes ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. Why? Law of reciprocity. We were being active. We were taking action with big energy. And so the universe was going to take action, was going to bring us something with great energy as well. It matched, or she matched, energy with energy. You can do this weekend. You can do this next weekend, but you get to do it before the end of the solar eclipse. So before we hit that totality of April 8th, I want you to take action. I want you to make declarations. And I want you to clear whatever it is that you can clear. Again, one last shameless plug. Come join us Wednesday for what I'm calling the clearing of all clearings of all clearings. Negative energy, negative entities. In other words, energies of people here, present, and past, you can even call them spirits, that have stuck themselves to you like Velcro that we get to remove, and the negative energy of narcissists who maybe don't leave you alone. We get to clear all of this on Wednesday. But that's School of Mystics. You can we'll get the link and coupon code down there. But I want you to get yourself light and perform ceremony or ceremonies. You can do a ceremony to release things, and that's what we're doing. You can do a ceremony to call things in. And last but not least, when it comes to setting this powerful intention for this new year, this new transit around the sun that we're going on after we leave these eclipses, please do not make them realistic. The universe doesn't give, I want to say, a flying monkey. I love you, monkeys. Flying monkeys. How does it get any better than this? It doesn't give a flying monkey. Flying monkeys are cool. But you get it. About realism. About things being realistic. It speaks in symbology. It speaks in metaphor. It's why I've got an angel numbers program coming out. And it's why that you're given angel numbers, why you see 111, why you see 444, why you see 222, or why you're given images in your head, or a song in your head, or lyrics in your head, or why you have this feeling sense about something. Heck, when I first met Jessica, I'm meditating. I'm in Boulder, Colorado, meditating this Shambhala Center upstairs, this ornate gold and red room, Tibetan hall, almost nobody in the place. I've got my eyes closed. I'm, doing the meditation thing. She comes in. I open up my eyes. She walked as far away from me as she possibly could because there's only like 3 people in there. And I had like curly hair and cycling clothes on. And she's going, I want nothing to do with that guy. She wasn't there for dating. She goes all the way across the hall. I open up my eyes. I don't know who she is. I don't know what she is. I know nothing about her. I don't even have my glasses on. I couldn't see a darn thing. I had a feeling sense she is the one. Oh my God. I'm going to say I was right. The universe was right. It's all about the energy. It's all about the symbology. It's all about the metaphor. So what does this mean? It means write down your most amazing future, but don't worry about being realistic. Don't worry about whether this can actually come true. Don't worry about any of that thing. If you want to say, I have billions of dollars. I won the billionaire lottery. Go for it. Whatever it is doesn't have to be realistic. The universe can take those seeds and create something that's even better for your unique circumstance from them. But get it down, get it down, get it down. Every statement, every idea, every thought, every dream, every hope, it all matters because the universe can interpret that symbolically for you. In essence, the universe knows best, but you got to put it down there. You've got to get it out there and give her an opportunity to jump you from one timeline, what I call the banal, the mundane, to that greater, highest level timeline. And she will do that with you with these eclipses. As I like to say, for your highest good, the highest good of all, or something even better. And how does it get any better than this? So I wrote them down. I want to see if I cover them all. I wrote down all of the playtime exercises that we get to do. And Aya Bear would want me to mention, not only do we have an incredible clearing with the School of Mystics this Wednesday, but we have an amazing show with Indigenous elder, teacher, wisdom keeper, and PhD Dr. Anita Sanchez on Thursday. Oh my God, what a special show, what an incredible show. And one of our dearest friends because she is a wisdom keeper of all wisdom keepers, of Indigenous wisdom of the earth, and of the messages that we need to hear right now at this time. So let's see if I've got all of these down. Playtime exercises. First, write down what doesn't serve you to let it go, and then shred it, burn it, or destroy it, and make a declaration or a proclamation of the most important thing that you wish to let go of. Then write a letter to yourself from your most amazing future day, the holy crap day. Holy crap, I can't believe I'm here. I can't believe I'm living this. Then make a proclamation or a declaration of the most important thing that you wish to take place, and bring it to ceremony and declare it. Like paddling out into that lagoon and declare it, and then watch yourself hop onto the new timeline. And of course, you can join us this week for the clearing of all clearings in the School of Energy, and especially important in this portal time. But whatever you do, do it actively, do it earnestly, do it with energy and without passivity. This is the time, even if you have to drag yourself off of the bed or drag yourself off of the couch, make sure you get yourself rolling, even for just this first few weeks here, even through the spiritual flu of the Mercury retrograde. And I promise you, the universe will meet you in space. She won't just meet you evenly. If you reach up to this level, expecting the universe to reach you here, she's going to reach you here to help you to get to here, to give you energy here, to help you reach there, and up and spiraling upwards in this beautiful ascendance that you're on. That is the human journey right now. Make no mistake about it. We are not descending. We are not going to heck in a handbasket. We are ascending. but you meet her with this energy, and you are going to take off because of the amplification energy of this time period and of this portal. And that to me is a mighty, I would say this loud and say this from the top of my lungs, except the baby is now sleeping. That is a mighty woohoo. So I want to take some questions. But first I am going to, I have to see if I can let my producer back in here. It says I've been disconnected, auto timed out. I'll attempt to reconnect or start Q&A. Okay. So if something pops up, I will get my producer back in here. I'm going to drink some water, and I've been guilty of not having water for the start of the show many times over recently. And so many people have told me tonight, please make sure I have water. And so that I do. Oh my gosh, look at these beautiful donations that have come in. Thank you so much. Okay, producer's back. Click that button. There we go. So, okay, interesting first question. What kind of beads are your bracelet? So occasionally I have a bracelet that Jessica's mom gave me, and it came from Taiwan. And no, this one may have come from Morocco. I don't actually know what these beads are. I have had many very specific beads in the past, but I have worn them out over lots and lots of prayer to where I don't know what these are. These are braced by Tibetan monks, prayer bracelets, very humble and knotted together by the monks. I've had that on for, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 years now. And eventually I will get to be wearing more beads. There are, at times I've thought of beating myself up, not beating myself up. But I haven't found what resonates with me at the moment. Oh my God, 1,400 beautiful souls in the chat right now. I love you guys. 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 It would be fun. You know, it'd be really fun is to make a bunch of these things and bless them and send them out to people. That might be a cool, I don't know that Jessica would want to do that. But that could be a kind of cool side gig. I know Kim, oh my gosh. Aya Bear, please help me out here. Kim Russo. Thank you, guys. Kim Russo does something similar to that with crystals, and that is really cool. All right, let's get to a few more questions. Oh, I love everybody. Thank you for being here. You know what's so exciting about you being here? You. Not, oh, we got so many numbers. Understand, we are going from a time period from me to the we, but we do this by focusing on ourselves first and foremost. This is a time period where you get to put your greatest dreams out there. This is a time period where you get to release whatever doesn't serve you. And so by watching this, you're going to make a huge difference in your life. And then you're going to shine your light even brighter. And that's going to make a huge difference in somebody else's light. And that's going to shine their light even brighter. And then somebody else, and then somebody else, and somebody else, and on it goes. Just by being here. So how does it get any better than this? All right, Anne. Would some people, yes, feel a sense of dread, heaviness, and sadness with the portal opening? That is a combination that is quintessential lunar eclipse combined with the energy coming up of Mercury retrograde, combined with the energy of Chiron, what's also known as the wounded healer at this time period. So that heaviness is to be respected. It is real, and it is not a bad thing at all. What it means, Anne, is you're being challenged to write down right now what doesn't serve you, because it's bubbling up to the surface, feeling like you're going through heavy molasses right now, not in a fun way, so that we can get you light and get rid of it. So we respect it. We learn from it. We go, if we can't go, oh goody, we go, oh. But we lean forward into that anyway and know that it's here to serve us, Anne. And I promise it is here to serve you. Mary, can you tell us how we can jump timelines? What kind of timelines can we jump? Mary, that's what the list is that I just gave you. That will help you jump timelines. What you're doing is you're jumping from a timeline that is the book that I'm writing. I know what we're calling it. I'm not going to declare what that is yet. But I was calling it initially How to Get Off Autopilot. And it's much greater and it's much brighter than that. But in essence, I was writing How to Get Off Autopilot. And what's happened to us right now is we've, in a sense, our energy has been kidnapped, or our energy has been hijacked to where we're living on semi-autopilot. We're living a lower level existence. We're living an existence where we're here, but we're not fully here. That's the timeline that we've been stuck on. Now, what we're being encouraged to do, and you're being encouraged to do tonight, is to imagine a greater timeline, to imagine a timeline with greater energy, to imagine a timeline with greater possibility, to imagine that holy crap timeline. And just by following the steps here and imagining that, you are butterfly effect. Every single flap of the wings changes your trajectory. Every single flap changes who and what you are. Everything that you write down changes what timeline you're on. Just writing it down, you won't stay on this timeline. You'll hop to a new one. The more energy we take and we put into it, the more thought that we put behind it, or thought feeling state, not this thinking, oh, what do I want? But wow, that would feel good. That's coming from here. It hops us more and more and more and more, or you could go higher and higher and higher and higher and higher states or higher timelines the more that we do that. What kind of timelines? Radically huge ones that make a if I look back, we have our Hannah bear. She'll be 2 in a couple months. How does it get any better than this? We couldn't even have a child. We tried for years. And we hopped timeline after timeline after timeline after timeline to the most miraculous, incredible. It's not that we're special. This is what we all get to do. This is the gift we were given. We're in human form, not to be in misery here in human form, but to be creators, to think and play at the highest level. Of course, we understand that what we're given and what we're gifted is here to serve us, but we can jump so many mega timelines during this time. Niwak, are we ascending to 5D? Anything we need to do during the lunar eclipse? Meditate. Are we ascending to 5D? So many definitions here. Niwak, depending on who you ask, I believe it's Sheila Gillette, who I had on recently, who said, we're already at 5D. I'm going to buy that. We just don't. So, okay. What's 3D? What's 5D? 3D is being stuck in pure physicality. 5D is going more to a feeling state, going more to a feeling sense. It's going from the internet on the computer to the intranet of being connected with pure energy. Niwa, can you feel my energy? I can feel yours. Can you feel my energy? That's what 5D is. Now, we in many ways are already here. The challenge is that the old guard and the old systems want to keep us on autopilot. They want to drag us back into our 3D wars. Yes, exactly. Into our 3D ways. There was a Freudian slip, but it was already pumping into me. Let's give them wars. Let's give them this to worry about. Let's have them worry about the Constitution and their political rights and their freedoms and their gun this and their that. I'm not judging anything. Let's give them things to be afraid of so that they don't realize that they're not just physical human beings, that they're energetic beings having a human experience, or an energetic being, a divine energetic being having a divine energetic experience in human disguise. That's what 5D is. And so we're told that's what we're not because we're already there. It's now, how do I embody that? How do I embrace that? How do I bring that in? Which is what I was sharing with you here tonight, so that I can take ownership of that higher level self, which is who and what I am. And that is what you're being challenged. That is what you're being encouraged. That is what you're being enthralled into doing during this time period. And I use that word deliberately because it's all about the energy. What do we need to be doing during the lunar eclipse? Meditate? All the things that I just mentioned. Can you meditate? Sure. Can you bask in the energy? Sure. But I don't want you just to meditate. My wife and I, we spent 2 years on Maui, holding space at a meditation center, 3-4 hours a day. I'm holding space. I feel so good. And the world was coming down around us. Our own personal lives. There's an expression. Before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. Chop wood, carry water. It doesn't mean that we're enlightened. What it means is you still get to do the work. Meditating is great. I highly recommend it. Plug in. It's huge. It's valuable. It is so important. And step forward as well. That's the playtime exercises that I'm giving you here. I would never say not meditate. It has been so incredibly valuable in my life. It has helped me to completely rewire. But then at the same time, I want you to be active. And you go, well, meditation is an activity. It is. But I want you to also have more of the focus that I was sharing with you here this evening. Bernadette said, oh, my love, Bernadette, does the eclipse bring up past lives, pain, and trauma? It brings up everything it can, as much as we can handle, in order to be cleared. Now, past lives, pain, and trauma is often hard to recognize as past lives, pain, and trauma, which is why I encourage people to write about it, and I encourage people to write about it in a dreamline state, meaning write about it in a hypnagogic state, write about it when you're half awake, write about it in your automatic writing, write about it when you're listening to theta brainwave music, write about it when you're not fully conscious, write about it after you've done trance dancing, trance drumming, whatever it is. But if you really want to understand what the past life pain and trauma is, write about it when you're out of that thinking mind, and then do the same things here to declare it gone, to release it, to burn it, to do ceremony around it. And it can all help to be lightened. And Bernadette, we did some past life clearing in our School of Mystics about a month ago. And this isn't a shameless plug, but it's true. If you join the School of Mystics, you get all of our past classes and clearings, and we can help you because the replays are just as powerful as live. We can help you to clear a lot of that past life pain and trauma as well. Most importantly, whether you do that or not, is I want you to declare the release of it over this next week and make it ceremony if you can. Deanna, what is the best thing we can do right now for ourselves and the collective? Exactly what I shared here tonight, because the more that I can help you to shine bright, the more that I can help you to feel better, the more that I can help you hop onto the most positive, enthralled, high vibrating state, Deanna, the more that it will encourage the next person, the next person, the next person, until we have a domino effect worldwide. Because that is what will happen when you are shining at your brightest, Deanna. You can't help it. You go into a store, you're, I'm not going to toot my own horn. Can I toot my own horn? Toot, toot. I go, ha. You go, ha. The next person goes, ha. The next person goes, ha. Because of the energetic state that I'm vibrating at, because of the energetic state you're vibrating at, because of the energetic state that you gift somebody else to vibrate at as well. That is the best thing that you can do, Deanna, is to get yourself in the most amazing place, not Pollyannish, but by doing the work and then sharing your love and light with the world. Aaron Wexler, happy early birthday, my brother. How does it get any better than this? What spiritual significance does having an eclipse happen? Aaron, everything. Aaron, we get to dream a lot bigger. Now, the thing is, I know you dream big. I know you dream very big, Aaron. And you don't believe it. You cancel it out. So what I need you to do, Aaron, is I need you to spend this next week shoveling out all the shit that's in the basement, getting it on paper, shredding it and burning it and letting it go. And then really dare, really dream, really put it out there. There are never any coincidences, Aaron. So this is huge. But first, I need you to shovel it out of the basement. And then I need you to shovel it to the universe, meaning make it so crazy big that it seems like bullshit. Make it so crazy big that you don't even half believe it. That's where you get to play. This is no coincidence, Aaron. So you make the most of it. And then either you go and see the totality, and it affects everybody equally, no matter where you're at, or literally go watch it on YouTube. Wow, maybe you've got your cake in front of you. Maybe you've got your candles in front of you. I want you to make it ceremony. And I want you to put those hopes and dreams and that everything that's in that letter, put it out there during that moment of maximum eclipse. How does it get any better than this, my brother? You are our solar eclipse man. Woohoo! All right. Susie Hudson just joined the Backstage Pass. What's the Backstage Pass? Well, you can click the join link down below. And what that does is it gives you access to a lot of behind the scenes videos with me. Videos that raise your vibration, videos that share where that I'm at in life, videos that share me out on the beach, in waves, who knows where. It's just good stuff to shift your energy. I would like to say that it's the most profound prophetic words. Those tend to come more in our daily woohoo, which is totally free, dailywoohoo.com. I bring your energy up every single day on a daily basis. The Backstage Pass is more pure fun and goodness and lots of more access to me in many ways than you get, at least what's going on in the Sandler family lives, than you get on even these live events and classes. Megan, What does switching, and so welcome, Susie. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome home. Megan, what does switching timelines mean? If I want to release things that don't serve me, is there a chance I can't release because a part of me still holds on? Two brilliant questions. Switching timelines means if you were to do nothing different, Megan, you would continue along this exact same trajectory for the rest of your life. However, if you choose to do things differently, if you choose to follow any or all of the suggestions here tonight, you will hop to a new reality. The less that you do, the closer your reality is to the current one that you have now. The more that you do, the more it grows and amplifies, and almost infinitely so. We can say, if we use a good banking term, it compounds. So you do one little bit, and it's a little tiny bit, 1 degree different. You do 2 bits, and it's 10 degrees different. You do 3 bits, and it's 100 degrees different. You do 4 bits, 1,000 degrees. 5 bits, it's 10,000, 100,000, 1,000,000 times different. Based on how much energy you put out there right now. That's why this is not a time of passivity. It's a time of activity. But you can make major shifts in who you are and who you want to become, and something even greater and even better than that. And I'm not saying you're not perfect. So let me be perfectly clear about this, Megan. None of us are broken. You're not broken. None of us needs to be fixed. There is nothing to fix. None of us need to change or do a darn thing. However, we all tend to want to ascend. We all want to play a higher level game. We all want to feel better. We want to all experience life at an even higher, more joyous level. That's what we're talking about in hopping timelines, is what do I really want to be, do, see, have fun with, exist, experience? How do I want to rock it in this world? Or as I like to say, I want to drive the car till the wheels come off. I want to burn the wheels off of the car. Or in this case, maybe our RV in the most kindest and gentlest way. I want to go explore and have fun. That's what switching timelines can mean. If I want to release things that don't serve me, is there a chance they can't be released because of me still holding on? We can cancel some of it out, Megan. However, there are fail-safes that the universe has, so that the more energy you put out there, the more likely it is going to be released. And that which isn't released, not just because we're not saying we don't want to release it, but because there's still something we can learn and gain from it. Oftentimes, our greatest wounds, our greatest challenges come back around and around as we're spinning upwards and upwards around the mountain. I'm speaking personally from experience here. Keep coming back, not because we did something wrong, not because we're bad, not because we're broken, not because of karma, but because there's still amazing goodness and awesomeness we can learn from it. 2 of our greatest patterns. The wounded healer used to be my pattern with lots of wounds and injuries. And the we get to move tends to be the current pattern, the pattern du jour in the Sandler household. But not because we did something wrong, not because we're not willing to let go of it, but because we get to heal and grow and learn at an even highest level. And I'm very, very bullish about this, even when it hurts, even when you go, we were so comfortable in this house. And Hannah Bear had her own playroom with bunk beds and string of hummingbird lights and cloud things on the windows, and it was so cool. And now the bunk beds have been ripped off of the walls. The floor is gone. There's no door on the closet. There's no walls on the walls. There's no ceiling. And we can go, poor me, woe is me, or we can go, wow. It's not that I did something wrong, but this is helping us to grow to a new level. How does it get any better than this? We do lick our wounds. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not saying just be happy. It's okay. But then we realize that even if this pattern still repeats, it's repeating at a higher level for our highest good. It doesn't mean that we haven't let go of it. It doesn't mean that we did something wrong. From Maryland, these are brilliant questions here this evening. And we may end without a meditation tonight because we are going so long on these questions, but this is so important. And so I want to get through as many of them as we can. From Marilyn Suratan, why is my body aching? Does it have anything to do with eclipse? Marilyn, this is typically, and it's not always, it's a combination. We've got spiritual flu, which so many are being hit by right now, where we feel this energy so immensely. And we also have the amplification factor of the full moon, particularly the full moon at this time. The full moon, the eclipse, the works. So If you're feeling a little bit icky, you can feel a bit icky at this time. It becomes really important then, Marilyn, to write down that which doesn't serve you and let it go. The energy hits us all in many different ways, and it certainly can hit us in the body aching. Stardust. What type of energy is connected to the total solar eclipse? What's your best advice for harnessing the energy during this total solar eclipse? Stardust, basically the same things I said right here. And in Aries, this year in particular, it is about newness. It is about new beginnings. It is about engineering. Is that the right word? Engineering the newest, greatest version of yourself. Systems fall, systems fail during this time to allow in the new you at the highest level, at that Aries level. Aries is the start of the zodiac, the start of the 12 signs, and Aries has a fiery energy to her. So it is an amazing time to think new, to think big, and then to harness that energy of newness. That's actually what we're doing. School of Mystics. We have a new theme each month, and that is the energy we are playing with going into April. We're calling it the energy of the portal, or stepping through the portal at this time, because there's so much energy. Let's harness it. Let's focus it. So Melanie's writing Solar Storm, Schumann's Renaissance, all of this going on right now. Let's harness all of this energy during this time. George, brilliant questions here. How do you select a new future? By feeling, visualizing? Yes, and George. It's not even so much selecting a new future. It is, selecting has an element of intellect to it. And in fact, this question has an element of intellect to it. And intellect is important. And intellect helps us create new things. Intellect helps us cross the road. However, just what feels good to you, George? Well, I don't know what feels good. Well, would you like to be in a boat or a car? Would you like to have a yacht, or would you like to have a plane? Would you like to travel to Paris? Would you like to travel over to Banff? Would you like to go to an a pyramid in Giza? Would you like to be on a Tibetan plateau? So you go to what feels good. That helps create the new future. And the feeling state is always there. And if you don't know what feels good, you grab a magazine, or you grab flashcards, or you grab images on the computer, and you say, like this, don't like that. Like this, don't like that. Like this, don't like that. Okay, what do you want for your future? Well, I'd love to have this. I'd love to have that. I'd love to have the other thing. Focus on the things that you do want and how that would make you feel. String theory. How can I heal from the fear of being clear with the universe? Okay, let me slow this one down. How can I heal from the fear of being clear with the universe and setting intentions with things like eclipses? Yes, I knew this was coming. It's okay. I'm sad about past disappointments, and it thwarts my ability to move on. Disappointment string theories come with a string or attachment to the outcome. You can't be disappointed if you don't have attachment. Now, years before I had my Pookie, my Jessica in my life, I had a prayer list that I said every evening before I went to bed. It was an intention of who and what I wanted in my life. And I always ended it with saying something not so tongue-in-cheek, for my highest good or the highest good of all, or if nobody's meant to come into my life, for something even better. And what that did is said, here's what I'd really like. But universe, God, source, love, giant vegan cheeseburger in the sky, whatever we want to call it. Great pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Infinite wisdom may have a better idea than I do. Maybe my divine self on the other side of the veil, the one at the joystick on the Pac-Man game of me, maybe that has a better idea. And so I let go to that better idea. I put out my preferences, I put out my desires, but I let go into that better idea of who and what I am and what I'm capable of. And guess what? I've completely and totally let go of any potential disappointment. It's completely gone. Does it mean I don't have preferences? You know what? I got a chance to qualify for the World Championships in all of my years of sports. I got to qualify for the World Championships last year for the first time ever. I was on Team USA. Woo, woo, woo. It's not about being nationalistic. It was just so cool. I trained at the Olympic Training Center. I was so proud to finally make it to this level. I got signed up for the World Championships. I was going to go. And then Hannah Bear needed a very minor, but still needed heart surgery at the same time of the World Championships. And I completely and totally let it go with celebration. And then I went for the national championships this past year in this event, which no longer served me, type of triathlon. Didn't go well. I got hugely sick the day of the race. You could see it in my fitness levels. Crashed through the floor on that day. Had a fever. Didn't know I had a fever until I threw myself in the water and I'm like, fire! I'm on fire. And that race did not go so well. And I'm not still on Team USA. And I found a new event, a new sport, Xterra, off-road triathlons, that I like 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times, 10,000 times, a million times better. Whether I finished first place and win the national championships, whether I finish, I don't know if it'd be last place, but whatever place. I just have fun. I let go of the attachment. In fact, this year has been weird. It's been wacky. It's been wild. If I don't even get to go anywhere, do anything, but I get to simply be. It's okay. It's perfect. So string theory, in essence, I'm cutting all the strings of the way it needs to be. And then I put out there what I want, but there's no disappointment anymore. And I allow for the goodness, for the greatness, for the something even better to come about. I think we're going to take 2 last questions, and then I am being asked to do a very, very short meditation, and so I will honor that. So let's take 2 last questions, and then we are going to do a meditation. I'm going to have a little bit of water here. And I love you guys, and thank you for being here and joining me on what is really a crazy, special, and sacred time. I don't think you have any idea. I'm speaking fast because I'm so buzzed with this energy. I don't think you have any idea. I don't even, of how special and sacred this time is. And so I'm so honored and grateful that you could share this with me. And I'm so honored and grateful that a certain number of you, maybe not all of you, but a certain number of you will actually do the active playtime exercises during this time, which will change your life and which will literally jump you from timeline to timeline. How does it get any better than this? All right, water, 2 last questions, and then a very, very brief meditation. And then I'm going to knock out for the evening. All right. And thank you, Aya Bear, Ann Bear, Marge, everyone on our dream team, Super Bobs. Thank you, thank you, thank you. From our Ariana, I feel like all my relationships are unsatisfactory. I'm sorry. I'm scared of people and truly connecting. How do I let go of that? Ariana, that's what I want you to write about. First, I want you to write about what you are afraid of. All of my relationships have been unsatisfactory. I let go of this. I'm scared of people hurting me. I let go of this. I'm scared of truly connecting for fear of being burned. I let go of this. I'm scared of other people and how they might hurt or burn me or scorn me or look down on me. I let go of this. I want you to write all of this down. And then I want you to shred it, burn it, and be done with it and have ceremony on it. And then, Ariana, I want you to write the holy crap letter to yourself that goes, oh my God, how does it get any better than this? It's April 8th, 2025, and I have incredible friends, deep friends, real friends. I have the most amazing relationship that I didn't even know was possible. It's so much better than I could ever have imagined. I roll over in bed and I am so grateful that they are there. I am so grateful. I am so grateful. And I have people, it's sort of like old school Cheers or Friends or whatever TV show in your life. I go outside and people are waiting to see me. They smile when they see me. They welcome me with open my arms. How does it get any better than this? I am so over the top at how I have flipped my relationships to something even better than I ever imagined. Hey, Oriana, yes, I'm drinking fizzy water. Occasionally it comes back there. That is where I want you to play. That is what I want you to do. And that is certainly jumping timelines and is not only possible, but probable or something even better during this time period. All right, last question of the evening. I could hit the drum roll thing. Timpani roll. All right. Oh my gosh. I think I need it without the symbol at the end of it. Last question of the evening from the content winch. Can we use something other than moonstone? I don't have any. Content winch, you can use anything. You can use a stone. You can use a bead. You can use a piece of paper. You can use a piece of wood. You can draw a picture of your favorite stone and say amethyst or say moonstone. Or you can grab a kitty toy which has a feather and you can wave a feather around. Hannah Bear made this. You could do a ceremony saying, I release, I release, I release, and I declare, universe, I declare what I want is. Okay, I'm making it seem goofy. I'm making it seem circusy. It's ceremony. Make of it anything you wish. Make of it whatever is special and sacred for you. It's all about the energy behind it. There are no rules. There are no requirements. There are no things you need to have. So Nika just said, my health is amazing. There you go. It is whatever you desire to make of it. That is what is most important at this time. And nothing else is necessary. And don't let anybody ever say, well, you need to have this for it to be a proper ceremony, or that for a proper this, or you don't need anything. At the end of the day, we're all energy. Bring your energy and make of it what you will. All right, I'm going to take one more sip of water. If you see my eyes darting, I get to figure out this computer setup. I can see the chat now better than ever because we've got this new setup that Super Bob set up for me. But the font is too small. And I have to figure out how to get a bigger font up here because I can barely see things on it. And so I'm trying as best as I can to catch them. But they're going through so fast and it's so small that I can't quite catch most of it. We will figure this out. All right, one more sip of water and then into a meditation. And they're telling me where we're going with the meditation. I'm going, okay. And I'm trying to negotiate. And they're like, nope. I'm like, okay. Really? Okay. All right. So thank you, everybody, once again. And I'm going to let everybody go right at the end of this. So be sure to come join us if you want to be cleared at the highest level. Come join us Wednesday with the School of Mystics. This is the clearing of all clearings on negative energy, on negative entities. Yes, it's real, but it doesn't have to stick with you. And on the power and energy of narcissists in your life. We are going to be clearing this Wednesday night as part of our School of Mystics. We meet 4 Wednesdays each month. You can get just as much out of it virtually as live, meaning in the replay as live. But oh my God, is it a life changer? I'll have that on the coupon code, the link here. I'll let people in the chat tell you about it. But do come join us for that when we've got the amazing Indigenous elder, Dr. Anita Sanchez, on Thursday evening. And how does it get any better than this as well? You can also sign up for a daily woohoo. That is where I help bring your energy up on a daily basis, dailywoohoo.com, totally free. And is there anything else? No, I think that about covers it. I think that's good. All right, let us get into a meditation. All right, here we go. We are going to close our eyes. Just relax for a minute. In through the nose, down to the belly. In through the nose, down to the belly, and out through the nose. In through the nose, and out through the nose. In and out. As So keep breathing in and out together as one. We're going to do an intention meditation with us all together as one here this evening. So imagine that everybody who's watching this, past, future, and present, has put out their arms, and you link arms with the person to your right. You link arms to the person to your left. You breathe in as part of this giant circle leaning to the right. You breathe out as this part of this giant circle to the left. Into the right. Out to the left. Into the right. Out to the left. Now a funny thing happens as you keep swaying back and forth. Out to the left. As you start to slip out of this reality. You start to slip out of this consciousness. You even start to slip out of this physicality and find yourself going up, 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 higher and higher still. You're now an energetic version of yourself. You need no oxygen. You need no anything. You're just the perfect, pure essence of yourself, leaning to the right with this giant, beautiful, loving circle, and to the left, and to the right, and to the left. And you find yourself floating up higher and higher through the atmosphere, up above the earth. You look down at the earth. Oh my God, she's so amazing down below. You had no idea how incredible she was. In fact, you can see the earth spinning. You can see it going from light to dark, from day to night. You can see the clouds. You can see the storm. You can see the desert. You can see the incredible blue of the ocean. But you keep going up, up, higher and higher still, until you notice you're moving farther and farther away from the earth, slipping farther and farther into the darkness, into the silence. Oh, but then you look behind you, you look at where you're going. You've been looking at the earth, now you look at where you're going. Oh, the moon is coming up fast, and she's not as bright as you would expect the moon to be. She's glowing kind of red at this point, and you realize, oh my God, you are here visiting the moon right during the penumbral eclipse. You kind of take a deep breath, a gasp at this moment. You don't need oxygen, but you still find that you're able to breathe in. You take this deep breath or gasp, and you are just wowed by the moon that's coming up fast. And then you find yourself gently, gently, ever so gently, touching base or coming to a landing on the soft, powdery, reddish gray surface of the moon, which is the moon during this most amazing penumbral eclipse. And you sit on this cushy silt in perfect, pure silence. Wow. Now, you didn't have to wear a spacesuit to do this, so maybe you run your fingers through the silty dirt and you watch the dust go up and then come back down. You kick around your feet, you watch it go up again, and you watch it come back down. Then you look off way, way, way into the sky and into the distance, and you can see the earth set. You can watch her setting over the moon. And now you hear a voice, but it's not really a voice. It's an energy. It's a calling inside of you. And it's telling you, this is a special sacred time. What is it, dear one? You've come all the way here. You've traveled thousands and thousands, really millions of miles to be here. What is it that you want at this special sacred time? Or more importantly, what do you wish to let go of? Now realize the significance of this. You've just let go of the earth. You've just let go of gravity. You've just let go of oxygen. You've just let go of the atmosphere. You've just left everything behind to jump timelines and get to a bigger, better, greater, most amazing, immense version of yourself. What is it that you wish to let go of then now? Is it poor health? Is it a bad habit? Is it people that don't serve you? A job that doesn't serve you? A relationship of any kind that's no longer working for you? Or systems of rules in your life that says this is good, this is bad? What is it that no longer serves you? That during this lunar eclipse, as you're sitting on the surface of the moon, and this is real now because time's not real, so you are on the surface and you are there during this penumbral eclipse. What do you want to release right here, right now? And then I want you to say it out loud or in your mind's eye. And as you do so, you notice with your eyes closed, the sun starts to get a little brighter, and even brighter still. It's as if this declaration, this release, all of a sudden, the light outside, which is really the light inside of you, is growing brighter and brighter and almost unstoppably bright. As if you're not just seeing the sun, but you are the sun itself. And you ask yourself, is there one more thing I'd like to let go of? And you search in your heart and your soul and you feel into it. In fact, you feel into that thing that you've been resisting. That thing you know you need to let go of, but you dare not speak its name. And if you're willing and brave, declare you are releasing it right here, right now. And then watch that light go brighter and brighter and brighter still. And breathe. Breathe in the sweetness of the silence. Breathe in the sweetness of the universe. Breathe in that peace, that love, that stillness, and that joy that's yours even here on the moon. Now, we wanted to keep this short and sweet, but there's always one more thing we're holding on to. What is that? What is the one thing that you've been unwilling to let go of? The one thing, pattern, habit, whatever it is in your life that you know has got to go, but you have no idea even where in the world to begin. Don't worry, you don't need to know the how tonight. The law of reciprocity says if you simply step forward with a declaration, the universe over time, as the time is right, will make it so. What is that one thing? And declare it if you can at the top of your lungs, even if only in your heart and in your mind's eye. Let it go with all of your heart, soul, and might. And not only do you see the world getting brighter and brighter and brighter still, but like a lunar lander heading back to Earth, you find yourself floating off of the moon, floating up into the heavens, and then floating very, very gently, peacefully, and amazingly back on down to Earth, knowing you have just done the healing of all healings, the declaration of all declarations, the ceremony of all ceremonies to help you to live, to thrive, to vibrate at a higher level, and to jump to an even greater timeline. And as you rest back down on the earth, maybe finding yourself sitting in your chair, finding yourself laying on the lawn, finding yourself on the beach or sitting on a rock, knowing that you have just done such a clearing, that over these next couple weeks, now that you have the ability to breathe, now that you have the ability to dream, you can create something and jump those timelines to a higher level than you ever ever believed possible. And as you come back down to earth, and as you open your eyes, basking in the power of the penumbral eclipse, basking in the power of this most amazing group meditation, and the energy of everyone everywhere that supports and loves you up, how does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Woohoo! So I send all my love your way. You rock it. That was amazing. You rock it. You rock it. You rock it. I send love. I send love. I send love. Do come join us. Would love to see you. At the very least, sign up for the daily woohoo, and let's bring your energy up, and way up on a daily basis. We've got School of Mystics Wednesday. We got Anita Sanchez this Thursday. How does it get any better than this? Thank you, Aya Bear. Thank you, Ann Bear. Thank you, Super Bobs. Thank you, March. Thank you, our entire dream team. Thank you. Thank you, universe. And thank you, Hannah Bear, for help starting us off on the right note here tonight. So I am going to let everyone go just for the evening here. I'm looking for my mouse, remembering, okay, new computer, you don't have a mouse set up yet. And usually I can tell Super Bob's I'm done, and he would say, okay, you're good. Instead, I get to click on one of these side things here and then click the number 2. No. Is it the number 2 or the number 3? No, I get to click the number 3, which stands for creativity. And the number 3 will put on the most amazing Shine Bright music from Ayla Ray, who is my sister, quite literally my sister, who's just about to be the most amazing award-winning producer and musician and artist. I can see it coming. She's got music everywhere around the globe, Amazon, ESPN, all sorts of places. But we will give you the most amazing Shine Bright music and sending so much love your way. I'll see you tomorrow, and I'll see you Thursday, and I'll see you in the Daily Woohoo as well. All right, let me click this button here. So lots and lots of love and hugs, everybody. Night. Oops, gotta click this first. There we go. How does it get any better than this? Lots of love. Whoa. Nope. All right, we will figure this out. Nope. Okay, that was rejected as well. I'm not supposed to let anyone go. Okay, I can figure this out. Try that one.
Every day there's a new horizon. Birds keep on singing, earth keeps on spinning. Time to toss any fears they rule you. Dance to vibrations, no limitations.